Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Appreciate it whenever you're watching this video. My name is Joe Josh. I go by iChart Daily. Today is Wednesday, April 10th, 2024. I want to give you a window to my thought process on what I think is happening in the market. I do think that my technical analysis video that I posted 7 days ago is finally playing out. I'll explain. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. I'm regurgitating information that I have accumulated over 17 years. I've been invested in crypto, hypothetically, for roughly 10 years now. I've been living through multiple cycles. So I'm trying to give you a window to my thought process. And 7 days ago, I said I was watching the 4-day and the 3-day. I didn't like what I was seeing. I like betting with long-term trends, meaning longer time frames, and I usually start with a 1 that has not lied to me in the past. What I mean by that is I always look left. I tell everyone that I teach, look left. Left is going to be the best teacher you're going to have, and then confluence it up on every single aspect that you can. What I mean by that is if you have a death cross and we're in section A, what happened the last time we had a death cross in section A? What happened the last time the RSI was bullish, right? We were above the moving average. We went from the 36 all the way to the 86, continuously making higher lows and higher highs. What happened thereafter when we broke the moving average, went down to the 70? We then used the 70 as support, went to the moving average and used it as resistance, showing a continuation to the downside. And then what happened when we broke section A plus and went to the 50 line and went in section A? Okay, there's 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first thing you need to understand is once you break 1 and you have a confirmation, meaning the breakdown, the uptrend, the dead cat bounce, and then this right here, you are now catching the wave for more blood. That's what I'm looking to do, right? Do we have more blood to bleed back to the 50 line? The 50 line is always going to be the best oversold spot during a continuation. If you break the 50 line and head down to the 30 line, you're breaking the uptrend and you're going down. Okay? Give you an example right here. Here was the uptrend, right? 1, 2, 3. We broke the 50. We broke the uptrend. So, as of right now, the white line is the uptrend. We are forming this beautiful rounding bottom. I do think this potentially could play out into a cup and handle because not financial advice. And do me a favor, the Discord link's in the description. Join it. It's free. I posted this last week, or within the last week, that it's F the news and trust the charts. The news can't come out and say these things that I'm saying about MACD, death crosses, overbought, oversold, symmetrical triangles, ascending triangles, because the normal people don't know that lingo. And you look like the crazy person. Meanwhile, I've called multiple times price targets that have hit to the T, right? The news needs fear to drive the markets down from the normal investors. For the past year, what has everyone been saying? The halvening is going to be a big pump, and the Feds are cutting rates. Well, the sentiment has shifted in the Feds, and now it doesn't look like they're cutting rates. And if blood starts happening, and then the halvening happens, and nothing happens, guess what could happen? The break of the market structure, right? The break of constant support, right? Support, 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 right? As of right now, I do think blood's on the horizon. I do think we could come back to 65,000 to 60,000. But, right, it's chess. Do we stop here or do we break here? I think we stop there because that's a lot of blood. But for the time being, let's do some technical analysis and see how I saw this potentially on the horizon. So, volume coming down on a longer time frame. Now, the reason why I'm on a 4-day, right, is because I was just telling one of my best friends the other day, when you go to any time frame, you're going to see golden crosses and death crosses. You're going to see oversold and overbought. But I want to see the market structure, meaning if I saw a death cross, right, but the price went up, that's a lie, right? We then had another death cross all the way down here, but the price went up. That was a lie. I want to go to the time frame where if there was a death cross and there was a break in market structure, we had blood, right? We had blood. We had blood. So, when I say the saying, I trust charts over people, and you have a time frame that has back tested for 12 years, especially the weekly, the monthly, right? When this happens, it's the top of the market, right? When this happens, right, break of the 70 death cross, it's the top of the market. When you have a death cross and the break of the 70 on the monthly, it's the top of the market, right? When we go down to this level and you have a golden cross from the RSI breaking above the moving average, breaking into the 50, right, section A, and you have a golden cross, it's the start of the bull market, right? So you start with the trend that has not lied to you first. So as of right now, MACD's been bullish. We have gone from 15,000 to 70,000. The first thing that is shining light that's saying like, you could have a consolidation for maybe a month or two is now the monthly is coming to thin ice, right? We were in section A plus for a little bit, little pimple above, right? Do we come back down and stay above the 70? Or do we break the 70, come back down and find support around like the 61, right? I see that as a clear liquidation level, right? It was resistance here in 2014, was turned back into support in 2016, was used as somewhat resistance in 2018, used as resistance again in 19 and 20, used as support in 21, used as somewhat support here in 2023-24. That's the most important thing, right? Because we remain bullish if we form a higher low to the 62 level here, and we remain above the moving average, okay? Example A, example B. Once we break the moving average and we break the 70, the trend is over, right? The trend is over. So, as of right now, we still remain bullish because the trend is still going up. We just need to make sure it doesn't change, obviously. So, with that being said, now we zoom in, okay? We were having resistance above the 71.7. You can see we have the somewhat triple top, right? This is a fake out. We came back into support. We went up. We had resistance, resistance, resistance. We came back down to support. We went up. We had wicks above, selling pressure. Now, first thing I think, we're going back to support. Now, this trend that is playing out was a symmetrical triangle, right? It was a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangle broke to the upside. I posted in the Discord because I saw this double bottom on the RSI, and we remained in section A right here. I saw us come down, and I saw one, and I saw two, and this was the most recent pump. Now, once again, I'm very good at calling the next move. It's speculation thereafter, and it's trying to figure out all of the confluence that the long, the mid, and the short-term time frames are telling you to try and figure out what the next 2, 3, 4 moves are. It's okay. I've been doing this for 17 years, bro. It's totally okay to sometimes say, I don't know what's going to happen. It is not okay to not know where the next move is. Meaning, we were having this symmetrical triangle, and I needed to see the double bottom in order for me to say we have potential to break to the upside, right? Until that happened, I didn't know if the symmetrical triangle was going to break to the upside and we go to 70-something, 80, or if we were going to break down and go to the 60-something. What was giving me insight that this was a fake out and not a breakout was the 4-day and the 3-day, right? You don't usually want to bet on continuations because you're chasing green candles like this right here, right? This was the same situation where we came down, we did not death cross here on the 31st, maybe MicroStrategy or someone bought, right? Some people don't look at charts and they say 41,000 Bitcoin, I'm holding for 10 years. Cool. I don't care if it comes back down to 20,000. I got more money to dollar cost average down, right? But someone who's a trader and is doing long, shorts, whatever the case may be, I bet with charts. I don't trust the people, right? So yes, we broke above, but we did not death cross here. We had a little pimple above, and this was the confirmation showing me that there was going to be more blood to the downside. We broke the moving average. We had the pump up, but we did not break the moving average. We then came down, broke the 70, went into section A, and we broke the uptrend here. We broke the 42.7 and went from 42.7 to 38.3. Now, we made a higher low, and it was a continuation to the upside, meaning we made higher lows, higher highs, because we came all the way back down to the 50. The same thing is playing out in the chart right now, but we didn't have the break all the way up to 70-something, 80,000, right? Now, because the monthly is pointing down, we're just coming down. This symmetrical triangle broke out, proving that the symmetrical triangle formed an ascending triangle, and an ascending triangle is another measured move. This could break to the upside. I don't think that's going to happen. Probably has like a 10-15% chance to happen, and an 85% play breaking to the downside back to these wicks here. There's major buying pressure at 61,000, 61,000, and it was previous resistance. That's the first level. Now, once again, I need to evaluate the chart if after a 10% bloodbath, is there buying pressure and are we staying above the 50? If we stay above the 50, then this 60,000 forms a higher low, right, to this 39,000. And we're still in an uptrend. Okay, when does the cup and handle play out? When we break this level, we break market structure, right? What would happen is we do this, we do this, we do this, we come down to this liquidation level of 52.2. We would come back up, use the 61.7 as resistance as it was used as support, and then we have this major blood back down to the 45,000. Then there would be major buying pressure there from like Wall Street and everyone because there's more meat on the bone just to go back from 40,000 to 70,000. And then that's when the halvening actually comes into effect. It's July, April, August, the whole nine, July, August, September. And then we have potential to have a pump back to, I think, 85 to 95,000. But that's speculation, that's chess. As of right now, I'm trying to teach you how to figure out the next move. The next move is potentially more blood. Right, when you zoom in, I'm curious to see, right, I'm going to look left just in this ascending triangle and I want to see where did we stop here, where did we stop here, where did we stop here? Was there any trends? Yeah, market bottom indicator going off. We went all the way down to the 29. We then went down to the 29. We went down to the 29. This one went down to the 40. Okay, so because we're at the 37, because we're breaking, I think we come all the way back down to here. 66,435 with potentially down to the 65,334. Form a higher low here to the 64.5, but that's a decent amount of blood to see, somewhat of a dead cat bounce, right? From here to here, you're looking at about a 10% bloodbath, right? From here to here was a 10% bloodbath, right? Initial pumps, initial dumps, right? From here to here, 10%, right? This is what I mean by a dead cat bounce. You formed lower high meant to a lower low, another dead cat bounce, bear flag, whatever you want to call it, form a lower high, down to the bottom. So this is what I mean by, we're at the 30. Yeah, it's a good time to buy, but we formed a lower high. Yeah, it's a good time to buy. We're at the 30, but we formed a lower high. So what's the time frame that showed us that when we had a golden cross and when we hit oversold, it was the time to actually buy, right? And now we could see here, looks like it's possibly the 10 hour, right? We had a golden cross. We formed a double bottom. We went from 63,000 to 74. We had a death cross. We went from 73,000 to 61,000. We were overbought. We were oversold. Once you saw the inverse head and shoulders, boom, we went up, right? Once we went from here, we went up. So I'm going to use this level as my oversold, right? So we're at the 43. Once again, 3 levels, Cuzzy. 1, 2, 3. 38, 36, 33. Now that I understand that those could be support levels, set some alerts. Set the alarms. And that's it. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Love you, love you, love you. Any comments, questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section. Once again, we did not golden cross, so we're looking for more blood. Most recent low here, 50,723. That's the 0 line. So we could come all the way back down, not go below, and not even touch this level here. We'll come back down to this level over here. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. If you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave it in the comment section. Once again, the most important chart is this 4-day. Excuse me. It is not cake. Curious if that's playing out. Wow, who would have thought, right? Who would have thought, Cuzzy? And now you have the potential to stop here or break down to these levels. So, most important thing, I'm set. My alert broke here. I'll probably set another one right here. Move it to the 66. Why? That was previous support here, turned into resistance. I'm looking for liquidation zones, right? So I'm curious if we stop there and have another dead cat bounce. Besides that, I'm looking to see if this death crosses. After this death crosses, we're watching the 5-day, right? We then want to see when the next candle's coming in. That one's coming in 4 days. If we stay above the 70, we stay above the line. If we break the 70, bread down to the 50, well, look what happens. We break. We have 4 days till the volcano potentially could erupt. Love you guys. Enjoy the day.